Coming up on Winning Bets, we've got a chance to win $100,000 on the Rams vs. 49ers game. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, Sunday Night Football, Rams vs. 49ers is worth $100,000 thanks to our friends over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. If nobody can't get a perfect score, you'll see they'll still give away a $5,000 guaranteed prize for the group of people that can get the most points. This should be really fun, guys. If you guys love data and love research, boy, I spent hours researching this game and really turning over the numbers and seeing how it would work for us. So I think you'll really dig this episode if that's your thing. Let's look at it here from a high-level view, though. We got Rams at 4-1. They're only lost to the good Buffalo Bills team. Even though they got blown out the other night to the Titans, everybody would say the Bills are a good team, so that's a good loss there by the Rams. Meanwhile, the 49ers are 2-3. They've beat the Jets and the Giants, but they've lost to the Cardinals, Eagles, and Dolphins. So I would think that based on that, the competition of the 49ers definitely aren't all that great. Rams are coming to this thing with the 5th best offense. The 49ers have the 21st best offense. And on defensive, boy, this got really good defensive sides here. Rams are 4th and the 49ers are 5th going into this contest. So let's break it on down. You guys know how they do it. They give you 7 questions. All you got to do is answer them correctly to get to $100,000. The first one here is Jimmy Garoppolo passing yards and TD. And just due to the nature of how many quarterbacks the 49ers have rotated through, being all 3 of them there on the roster, I looked at all the quarterbacks to kind of see what are they throwing and what are passing TDs that they have in success. So they have 235 passing yards per game. They have 7 touchdowns in 5 games. That's about 1.4. I'm going to go ahead and lock in here at 200 to 239 for Jimmy Garoppolo and only going to give him 1 touchdown. I think Shanahan's actually going to ride out Garoppolo and give him the full game rather than pulling him like he did there against the Dolphins. And the reason I'm going so low in the touchdowns of 1 is there's this big perception and notion out there that teams pass the ball for touchdowns more than they do rush the touchdowns. That may very well be true, but that is not true for this team. Keep in mind that the 49ers have more rushing TDs at 8 than they do in passing. So, again, this is a team that likes to run the ball in when they get in the end zone. They don't like to pass it as often. At least that's what the numbers indicate. So go ahead and give me 200 to 239 passing yards and 1 touchdown for Garoppolo. Same question, but looking at it here for Jared Goff. And so, yeah, same thing, passing yards and touchdowns. He's getting 280 per game, and he's getting 1.6 touchdowns per game. In 5 games so far this season, he's gone 0 touchdowns, which is, for me, easier to throw that out as an anomaly because it was the first game of the season, and clearly he's hitting his stride. So rather than that 0 performance being somewhere in the middle where it's kind of a little bit hard to just throw it away, 0, first game, I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. Against the Eagles, he got 3. Against the Bills, he got 2. Then he ran for another. Against the Giants, he got 1. And against Washington, he got 2. But then he also ran for another. So with that element here of running, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in for 2 touchdowns. And then for yardage, 270 to 294 yards for Jared Goff of passing. What'll be the first touchdown of the game? So if we look at the players here they give you Malcolm Brown. He has 2 touchdowns for the Rams, which is good, but he doesn't even lead the team in attempted carries for running back. I mean, he's 5 behind Henderson. So they're giving you one of these 2 running backs, but they're not giving you the lead dog, the one that's leading the team in carries. So I like that a little bit for maybe any other player if we decide to go that way. Then you've got Cooper Kupp here. He's got 2 TDs. He leads the team in targets by 5. And then they also give you Tyler Higbee. He's chipped in with another 3 touchdowns. If we look at any other player here for the Rams, for the passing, you're getting 2 for Robert Woods, 1 for Henderson, who again is the leader of this team in attempted carries. If we look at it, the Rams from a rushing offense, you're getting Henderson, who has 3 rushing touchdowns, Goff, who has 2 rushing touchdowns, Woods has 1, Everett, the tight end, he also has 1 other rushing touchdown. So a lot of touchdowns there for the Rams on any other player if you decide to go that way. If we look at the 49ers, they give you McKinnon. He's got 3 TDs and 1 pass, or 3 rushing and 1 pass. If we look at Mozart here, he's got 1 TD via rushing, 1 via pass, and those guys are about neck and neck there in terms of rushing attempts. 1 has 34, 1 has 35. So if you think it's between one of these 2 guys, it's really a toss-up. Nobody has a greater workload than either one of these 2 guys. If we look at Kittle here, he's got 1 TD Granted, he sat out there a couple games due to injury, but he leads the team in targets by far. And if we look at 49ers, any other players, you're going to get 4 rushing touchdowns by 4 players. You're going to get 4 passing touchdowns by 3 players. Then the 3 passing TDs, they went to a running back and tight end. So not even a team that really likes to use the wide receivers. Get a lot of touchdowns there from their running backs and tight ends in the passing game. Let's see. So here we go. So now it's to decide, do you pick between the Rams or the 49ers? I went and said, look, if it comes down to first touchdown, maybe who's going to get the ball and who has most success. So let's look at the Rams opening drive on offense. TD, missed field goal, TD. That tells me that Sean McVay is excellent at coming out and scripting plays that can really, go at that defense before then they have time to adjust because it's the first drive of the game. So I really like how McVay comes out and he's really on fire. If you look at the Rams opening drive on defense, punt, fumble, field goal, punt. So you got a really good offense that'll come out and more than likely at least put points on the board. I mean, they had the one time where they missed a field goal, but they're getting points nearly on every opening drive. And we have a defense that is preventing points on their opening drive. I really like that. So that narrowed it down to me from the Rams. And I'm going any other player there in the Rams. I really like just the wide array of the players you get. You're getting Henderson again, who leads the team in attempted carries. You're getting Robert Woods. You're getting Goff even in the run game. You're getting backup tight ends. I mean, just a lot there to go our way with any other player. So let me get any other player for Rams first touchdown. Fingers crossed this works. We got this question right last week. Last week we correctly predicted Dalvin Cook would get the first touchdown. This is always a tough question, but we got it right last week. Let's hope we can do it again this week. What's going to be the total points scored in the second quarter? 49ers are scoring 6.8 per game in the second quarter. The Rams are scoring 6.6 points per game in the second quarter. I'm going to go ahead and answer this one 11-13. George Kittle receiving yards and receptions. So Kittle in 3 games, if we look at him, he's got 4 receptions on 5 targets, and that was against the Cardinals. Then he's got 15 receptions on 15 targets, and then he's got 4 receptions on 8 targets, but that was against the Dolphins. And the thing I like about this is, in terms of those 4 on 5 there are the Cardinals, he played that entire second half, but they didn't really throw the ball for him. He was on the field, it looked as like a decoy, but by that point he was injured. They weren't really throwing it to him. So you're talking about a guy that if he's on the field, a healthy Kittle, he's going to get receptions, and the man catches everything that seems to come his way. So I really like that. He's averaging 9.3 targets per game. So when we look at that, we say, okay, he's generally going to catch everything that comes his way. His average yardage per catch is 11.5, so you can do the math there of 11 times 9, so based on how many yardage he should get based on targets. I think he's going to fall right around that 10 targets, 10 receptions range, so I've got him at 100 to 119 yards, and 9 to 10 receptions is where I've got Kittle. 100 to 119 yards, and 9 to 10 receptions is where I've got it. What's going to be the longest play of the game? The 49ers for passing and rushing, they've had 80, 55, 38, 76, 41, and 38 as some long ones in their games. Longest in each game that they've had, though, they've had a 76, an 80, 2 38s, and a 37. Their longest average in each game, that's going to be at 51.4 if we add all that up. What are they? They're giving up on average of 38. If we combine those two together, it's 54.7. So the longest play I'm saying is going to be 54.7 in that game. If we look at it here on the Rams, they're at 46, 40, 56, 55, and 40. Longest each game has been 31, 40, 31, 55, 56. That's an average of 42.6. The Rams are giving up on average. Their longest play is 29.6. Listen to that. The Rams, longest play on defense that they're giving up is 29.6. That's incredible. You average those two together, you get 36.1. So if we add the 36 with the 49ers 54, scroll up here. Yeah, for the 54, that's an average of 42.7. Go ahead and tell me the longest play of the game is going to be between 41 and 47 yards. Lastly, what's going to be the winner and the win margin? Look, the Rams here is minus 3.5. I don't see how the 49ers can really compete in this game. I mean, a mess of the quarterback position. Still a lot of injuries on that team, even though they are definitely getting guys back healthier. But a really stout Rams defense with a really stout Rams offense, I think they're going to get this done. I got Rams winning this game by 7 points is how I'm going to answer the last question. That rounds out my chance to win $100,000 on the NBC Sports Predictor app. We're getting close. We got a few questions right last week. Let's hope we can get a few more right this week. And hopefully we can get one of these cashes real coming up soon. All right, guys, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to me if you're not already for more of the great content. Like this video. Tell your friends. We're knocking on the doorstep. We're winning real money through my daily sports betting show. And then one of these days, we're going to hit one of these big jackpots. and you want to be a part of it. I'm Jason Mattis, and I'll see you on the next one.